Back on In Focus, President Cyril Ramaphosa is set to sign 2 more bills into law this week to address gaps in gender-based violence legislation. They will focus on the handling of cases following years of complaints by activists and survivors alike. Ziniko Mhlaba takes a look.
Although efforts are being made to fight the scourge of violence against women and children, the results have yet to be seen. The brutal attacks have been unrelenting, and the courts are overflowing with GBV cases. Activists, survivors, and the general public embarked on a series of protests a few years ago. The themes were, "Enough is enough, and not in my name." Government has put in place a number of measures to protect women and children.
We are reviewing laws on domestic violence and sexual offences to prioritize the needs and interests of survivors. We've also established 92 dedicated sexual offences courts since 2013, with a further 11 to be opened this financial year, to improve conviction rates and provide comprehensive and appropriate support services to ensure survivors of sexual offences are not subject to further trauma.
5 years later, the National Council on Gender-Based Violence and Femicide Bill and the National Prosecuting Authority Amendment Bill will be signed into law. Gaps in the justice system are believed to have done serious harm to survivors of gender-based violence. Anjanette Esau, a survivor and activist, feels let down by the system.
So when I was about 17, 18 years, I was raped by 4 men. And they took us to the police station. They found us in Soweto. And they took us to the police station. And they took us for HIV tests, all their protocols. But nothing ever came of the case. We went to court and everything. But when we came to court the last day, they were like, the case is thrown out. Because they didn't find the man. But the man was always there. When we went to court, maybe the first or the second time, they were always there.
She has lost trust in the justice system.
I think if maybe the guys would have gone to jail, served time for what they did. Because according to me, it felt like they did the right thing. Do you understand it? We never got justice. They just went scot-free. It's like from us, they moved to someone else, to go hurt someone else.
She's not the only one who feels betrayed by the current system.
As a survivor of gender-based violence, I had to go to the police stations quite a few times, and several times I was sent away without any help. I also know that going into a police station bloody, beaten up, torn apart, it is very humiliating for a woman to be paraded in front of everybody, sitting there or standing there, and you get paraded into the police station in front of all these people.
Lawmakers say some strides have been made in the fight against gender-based violence. One legal expert says there has never been a shortage of legislation in the first place.
There's nothing completely untoward in terms of these future legislation, but we have legislation in South Africa and we have competent legislation that can handle the problem. The real issue is not the legislation. The real issue is not the statute book. Our constitution, our statute book is absolutely competent to prosecute people who perpetrate gender-based violence. The issue that we have here at the moment in South Africa is that our police aren't properly capacitated. Our prosecution authority is not properly capacitated. There seems to be a real problem in South Africa with regard to actually prosecuting and preventing gender-based violence.
President Cyril Ramaphosa is expected to sign the 2 bills into law on Friday. Time will tell if they are the answer South Africa needs to curb violence and better support survivors. For Newzroom Afrika on Channel 405, I'm Ziniko Mhlaba in Johannesburg.